If you run Facebook ads, then you already know how challenging and difficult it can be to optimize and scale them. So that's why in this video, I'm gonna be showing you what key metrics I look at when optimizing and scaling different ads. How do I pick what's a winner and how do I pick what's a loser, and what do I do when I do find a winner and a loser? So let's go ahead and jump into it. Wait, before we jump into the video, I've got to share with you my free digital marketing course. Now, if you're trying to learn Facebook ads, how to build messenger bots, how to do email marketing and build ClickFunnels and write sales copy and all that kind of stuff, then you've got to get access to my free digital marketing course called the Free Boss Lifestyle Course. All you need to do is head over to freebosslifestyle.com either right now or after this video to get free access and start learning a whole lot more digital marketing strategies than what I cover in this video. So now let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, so there are a lot of metrics that you can look at. You got the click-through rate, cost per click, the views. You can look at how many views are happening at what second mark, how many people are watching 25% of your video ads. Then you can also look at your actual conversions. Now, if you're trying to optimize for leads or add to carts or purchases, whatever your actual end goal is, you can optimize for that and you can look at that data. So really, you want to look at all the different metrics and kind of, obviously your main goal is, let's say, purchases or leads, right? You want to get the main goal right there. But when you don't have, let's say, purchases or leads and you're trying to figure out how do I get more purchases or leads, then you got to look at the other data like the click-through rate, cost per click, video views, things like that. While looking at all the metrics, you also want to be looking at your breakdowns. So you can actually go into this little tab, which I'm going to show you here in a second, and you click on breakdown, and then you can break things down by age, gender, placement. Those are the main three that I typically look at under breakdowns. So let's go ahead and just open up Facebook ads and start looking around, and I can show you these different metrics. We're just going to be looking inside my ad account, so let's do that now. All right, so here we are in the ads manager, and as you can see, I'm running some pretty basic campaigns right now, just some traffic ads and some brand awareness ads. I've been kind of doing some split testing and messing around with brand awareness because I'm trying to reach the most amount of people, the most amount of times, right? Frequency. So reaching that same person like 5 to 10 times, that's frequency. So I'm using the brand awareness because the brand awareness is giving me a very low cost per impression, right? So as you can see here, brand awareness is like $4.92. That's pretty low versus traffic. It's targeting the same audience is $15. So literally 3 times more for the traffic objective because the brand awareness's main goal is to just show it to as many people as possible for the lowest cost as many times versus traffic is just trying to show it to those people that are clickers that are most likely going to tap on that call to action button and then let the landing page load. So you want to do a lot of split testing between your different objectives depending on the goal. And another thing you need to keep in mind is the customer journey, right? People aren't going to just click and then buy right away. They need some warming up. So if you're targeting cold traffic, you may need to hit them 7 to 20 times with different ads, different creatives, different copy before they actually open up their wallet and buy from you. So that's my main goal. That's why I use a lot of different campaign objectives. It's great to just run a conversions campaign, top of funnel, cold traffic, and just get them to a purchase, but that's not always a great way to build a brand and to get them to buy multiple times and then also to get them to buy again and again and again. Let's go ahead now and just look at some of the metrics that I just mentioned, starting with cost per click and click-through rate. So what I'm going to do is click on the columns, and I'm just going to use their set columns, right? I also have my custom columns, which I would recommend you do. Always come into customized columns, and then you can add in your different things like your conversions and all the different, they have a ton of different metrics that you can customize with your columns. But I'm just gonna click on performance and clicks. And by the way, I'm constantly bouncing around from their little preset columns to gauge the effectiveness of my ads. So right now we're just gonna look at performance and click, and we're going to compare these different campaign objectives that I have in here. Now this is only for the month of April, so I've been running traffic, brand awareness, and then video views down here. So looking and comparing traffic versus brand awareness, you can see here link clicks is we got 13 here, we got 41 here, and the cost spent is pretty different. So we're not going to use that. We're going to look at the actual click-through rate. Now these are actually both running the same ads, both same video ads, all inside these campaigns. And I actually just launched this traffic campaign, I think earlier today. That's why it's only spent like $6 so far. But already just from spending $6, it's got a click-through rate of 3.27% versus the brand awareness of 0.2%, right? So as you can see, a lot more people are clicking, and that's because Facebook is delivering that ad to the people in that audience that I have that are most likely clickers, right? So if you compare these, first of all, you're not necessarily comparing apples to apples because one's goal is clicks, one's goal is reach, but I'll kind of show you down the road here of how you can kind of see that there is some similarities there. So, obviously traffic is really beating the brand awareness, but we're still getting clicks with the brand awareness. But what I'm really trying to look for is video views with brand awareness as well as cost per reach, cost per impression, right? So let's jump over to video engagement and just compare these two campaigns based on video views and things like that. So if we look at, and again, I guess it's not truly, I guess we could compare this other traffic campaign. I think this is spent, I guess the traffic campaigns that I haven't spent that much money, so it's not super accurate. I wish obviously that this traffic campaign had spent $100 as well as this one so that it was a little bit more accurate. But anyway, what we're seeing here is through plays, right? If we just look at through plays, if you don't know what a through play is, basically it's 15 seconds. It's a 15-second view. So they go from 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I don't know why they decided to call it a through play. It's literally a 15-second video view. But this campaign right here is averaging about 366. It's gotten 366 15-second views, averaging 26 cents cost per through play. This one is 47 cents cost per through play. And then if we compare it to the other traffic, 33 cents cost per through play. Now, it's not super apples to apples, I know, because it's top of funnel. So that's cold traffic versus retargeting. That's what the RET stands for, is retargeting, people that already know my brand and already have some familiarity with me. But as you can see here, the traffic is more expensive for the cost per through play, and same on the 10-second view, right? So when you're looking at it from a video perspective, your traffic campaign is going to cost more for a video view, but you're going to get more clicks, obviously. Brand awareness, and that's why I've been liking brand awareness so far, is because you're going to get the cheapest reach, but you're also going to get a decent amount of video views, clicks, click-through rate, cost per click, all that kind of stuff. And typically, it's a good gauge on how your ad is, how well your ad performs. Now, I know that there's like a bunch of ads in these campaigns, but if you're looking at it on an ad level, you can really see this ad is, its goal, its campaign objective is reach, but it's got a really high click-through rate. And I would say for the brand awareness, high click-through rate would be like 1 to 2%, because usually you're going to see a pretty low click-through rate with brand awareness. But if it's got a higher than average click-through rate, then that shows you that ad is good. And that means that people are seeing it and they're clicking it, even though you're not running the traffic campaign to get those people to click. You're always going to see pretty good click-through rates with the traffic campaign, and that's because that's its main goal, is the traffic campaign. So anyway, 26 cents cost per through play, even comparing that to a video views campaign, right? So these are definitely two comparable campaigns right here. Video views retargeting versus video views brand awareness. You see 26 cents cost per 15-second view versus 9 cents cost per 15-second view. Now, obviously, video views campaign objective is to show it to people that watch a lot of videos. So that's going to obviously play a role in this. So you got your cost per click, your click-through rate, your video views, and then the different parts of the video view, right? So you can see video watches at 25%, 50%, 75%, all that kind of stuff, and you can gauge. This is actually more important to look at on the actual video level. So I'm going to drop down here to the ad level, and we're going to look at the actual through plays on certain videos to see which of my videos are more viewable, which ones are getting more through plays. So already you can see that this one is ranking, because I just sorted it by the most through plays. So now we can see this video where I talk about what 4 different videos you should be making. is doing pretty well because it's ranking at the top. It's got the most through plays, which means that Facebook has seen that it's getting some really good engagement, and it's now pushed more budget to that video, and it's getting a cheaper cost per through play. And then the second place looks like it's this other video right here where I talk about the many ways that we use Messenger in the agency. And you can see here 9 seconds cost per through play and a 21-second cost per through play right there. Now the chances are that this 7-second, 9-second, and 5-second are happening in the video views campaign, right? And then this 21-second is probably in the brand awareness campaign. But it still gives you an idea to look at all your ads and look at the through plays as a way to kind of gauge which ad is performing the best on a video views perspective. Because if you're trying to just get people to watch your video so that they can learn about your product, learn about your brand, then obviously you want to be looking at video views. Now, if we look at the actual performance and clicks, then we can sort by, let's just sort by click-through rate, because the spends are all different and all that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, the highest click-through rates are probably going to be from the traffic campaign objectives, but at least it will also tell us and give us an idea of which ads have the highest click-through rate. Now, as you can see, this ad right here, Vid 5 Shopify videos, it's a video where I talk about if you're running an e-commerce store, then you need to have these 5 videos in your retargeting strategy and your ad strategy. So 5% click-through rate, 4.6% click-through rate, that's pretty decent. And then as you can see it again right here, it's got a 1.2% click-through rate. Now this is probably the brand awareness campaign that's giving it, but as you can see, that video is doing a pretty good job of getting people to click on it. And if that was my conversion objective, no matter what campaign objective I'm running, that's gonna give me a pretty good click on that ad. And then it's figuring out, okay, why is that ad so good with clicking? Is it the copy in the ad? Is it the actual video itself? Is it the audience? Why is that ad, doing so well? So again, this whole video is just about reviewing data and then trying to put together a plan of how to optimize on that data, turn off those losers. So speaking of losers, we would probably scroll down to the very bottom to where some of these ads aren't getting clicked at all. If that's the metric that we want to optimize on, we'd look at which ads are not getting clicked at all. Or if you want to optimize on the metric of video engagement, then we would come in here and we could sort by cost per through play. And we could see the most expensive cost per through play is actually that video that was doing so well with the clicks. But there could be other factors in there. I typically wouldn't recommend optimizing with 3 different campaigns all at once. You probably want to just select one campaign. So let's do that. Let's select this one campaign, then we'll drop down to the ads level, and we will see all these different videos that are in that one brand awareness campaign, right? So then we can do cost per through play right here, and you can see the worst one is right here. It spent $1. So you always want to look at the amount spent and kind of gauge the weight of that data, right? If it's spent like $100 or $1,000 and it's got this much data, you can pretty much trust that data, versus if it's only spent $1, you can't really trust that data. You should probably spend more money to actually be able to rely on that data and really trust it. So just looking at this, so you can see which ads are not performing as well with the video views side of things. And then you can come into your custom columns and you can look at content views, whatever conversions you have set up in your custom columns. Let's see, right now it looks like content views is really the main thing that's showing up in these custom columns. And content views is just somebody visiting a landing page or visiting multiple landing pages. So it looks like this one is the winner. Look at that. This was the one that had the highest click-through rate. So it makes sense that it would have the highest content views or page loads. But as you can see, 7 people clicked on it and then visited other pages. Or it might have been a couple people that clicked on it and then visited 1 or 2 pages each, right? Because I believe the content views works like it's loading any page that it loads, it fires another content views on. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that may be how they're getting that data. But you can see in here, that ad is doing pretty good with getting people onto the site. This ad is doing pretty good with getting people onto the site. this ad, and then you can come over down here to the bottom and you can turn off all the ones that are not doing so hot with getting people to the site. So just depending on your conversions and how you want to optimize, definitely recommend setting up custom columns and split testing between different campaign objectives, different audiences, different placements in that audience, which is something I'm about to cover here in a second, and then different ads. So videos, images, copy on the ad level, stuff like that. So now that we have all the different metrics, then you can determine how you want to actually judge those metrics. So I'm talking about the breakdowns now of the age, gender, and placement. So if we go into the breakdowns tab, we come to by delivery, and then we go to age. Now it's going to break down each ad and the different stats that we're looking at by age. So if we go back to video engagement, we can see here that that ad that had a good amount of content views and also that ad had a pretty high click-through rate, we can see what age is most responding with that ad. And so if we look through here, we got 22 through plays for the 35 to 44 age range. And then we have 10 through plays for the 45 to 54. Now that's the leading age for the through plays. So, if I'm trying to draw a conclusion of this ad, I know that 35 to 54 is the age range that's responding with this ad the best. I know that this ad has got a really great click-through rate. It's got a good view-through rate. I mean, the through plays are pretty decent cost and we're getting a good amount of them. So based on this data, I may want to go back to my audiences and refine my age to just be 35 to 54. I may want to use just this ad with maybe a traffic campaign, or maybe I just go for a conversions campaign. So I'm using this data to dictate what age I'm going to be targeting, what objective I'm going to be using, and that also factors in, am I targeting cold traffic? How fast do I want to reach my real goal, which is my conversion? Do I want to break this ad out and do some split testing with the same video, but maybe split testing against 3 to 5 different copy variations to really kind of figure out how can I make this ad perform better? Or is it the copy that's getting it the clicks? Or what is it that's really resonating with these people? Is it the topic of the video that's getting these 35 to 54-year-olds to watch it and then click through and then visit the website? So anytime that I'm using breakdown to look at the age and the information like that, I'm looking at it on multiple ad levels. I'm looking at it on the campaign level, where I'll jump over here and I'll see, okay, this campaign, this traffic retargeting campaign, and I'm looking at it on video views, right? So we're going to look at, that one hasn't really spent that much. So let's look at this brand awareness campaign. So, I mean, it spent $100. It's a decent amount of data. 140 through plays, 35 to 44. And then it's just drilling down to figure out, what exact audience in there, if you have multiple audiences inside that campaign, which exact ad is really leading to that. So you got to be really scientific with figuring out when you're doing all this different split testing, what exactly is working and what's not working. Obviously, you want to turn off what's not working and scale into what is working. Like what I'm seeing right here, what is working is the 35 to 54-year-olds with my videos, because this campaign has a lot of different videos inside of it, and it looks like if I was to scale into 35 to 54 with only my targeting, my costs would probably go down as far as cost per conversion, cost per click, cost per view, all that kind of stuff. That may be my best age range to really target. So enough about age. Now let's move on to gender. So we go here again, and just below age, under the by delivery, is gender, so we're going to click on that. And then this is going to show me female versus male, right? Which campaign is doing the best, and then this is going to really help you hone in on your targeting. And sometimes if it's a pretty even 50-50 split, then I'm just going to keep targeting both male and female. But if it's like massively skewed and it's like 80 to 90% males that are engaging, watching videos, clicking through, all that kind of stuff, I'm probably going to switch my targeting over to just males. So right now I have a hunting brand as a client. They're a hunting brand, they deal with just hunters, and guess what? They're majority males, right? So I'm just going to target males because I'm not going to, yes, there may be some female buyers, there definitely are some female hunters out there, but the majority are males. So I'm just gonna put all my money into male targeting, right? So looking at this data, you can see males, 286 of the people are males that watched the video for 15 seconds. Right here, 14 people. Right here, 84 are males, 20 are males, 121 are males, and that's just the video engagement. Now let's look at the actual clicks to see the click-through rate. So males are, have the highest click-through rate on that one. Let's see here. Males is higher. Males again for the win. 23.23% click-through rate. This one, there was more females. It looks like a higher click-through rate for females. That's again a brand awareness. So its main objective is not clicks. Then you got the traffic. Males win there. So I'm already seeing, males are the clickers. Males are my audience. 35 to 54 seems to be the real center of which is a low-hanging fruit, right? If I targeted males 35 to 54, my costs are probably going to go down lower than that. So now we have a good idea about gender, we have a good idea about age, and comparing those age and gender with the metrics as far as clicks, video views, conversions, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump into placement now, because this is another really good one to look at. In order to get this kind of data, you first have to do like all placements. So that means that you select the recommended option. You don't edit placements on the ad set level. So not all of these campaigns, I didn't select the recommended on all these campaigns, only some of them I did. And you can see here with this brand awareness one, it was running ads on all these different, messenger inbox, suggested video, marketplace. I would typically never choose to run ads in the marketplace, but it did, and we got some data from it. And so you break it down, you break things down by that placement. And if you're running ads on Instagram, all of my videos are longer than a minute, so I'm not able to run ads on Instagram, which Instagram needs to change that. I mean, they need to make their video, come on, a minute on it, that's stupid. Anyway, you can then see, look, what is your video view percentage on what placement? What is your click-through rate on which placement? What is the cost per click on that placement? And then that can determine for you if you should go all in on just those placements. So for me, historically over years of doing this, I found that the Facebook newsfeed mobile is by far the best placement for all metrics, right? For conversions, for click-through rates, for video views. It's always the mobile Facebook newsfeed. So as we can see here, let's look at the data. So we got here mobile app newsfeed. Looks like that was the only one that I targeted. This one I may have had desktop and mobile targeted, but it really has only been running on mobile so far because again, I launched this morning. So pretty decent click-through rate there. Looking at this one, the highest click-through rate is right here, which is the newsfeed mobile web, which I guess they're on their browser in their phone. They're not actually using the Facebook app. Crazy people. Oh, I mean, it's only 2 people, so that's not the best. It hasn't been served to that many people. So that's another thing to keep in mind is 2 people, don't just judge it on the click-through rate. You're also looking at the amount of link clicks. And 31 people have seen it on their mobile app in the mobile newsfeed. So that's something to take into consideration. And then right here, so 18 newsfeed mobile app, 4 clicks. So maybe now I go back to my ads when I launch a new ad set and I only target mobile news feeds, and then I only target males 35 to 54, and I select certain videos that I know we're getting the best click-through rate, the best view, the best watch time, right? Because I want people to watch a good amount of the video and then click. I really don't care too much if they watch 3 seconds of the video and then click, because I wanted you to watch the video. I cover some information that I need you to know in the video, right? So I don't want to make this video an hour long. That covers a good amount of information on how to actually determine which ad and campaign and ad set is something that's working and something that's not working. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you want access to my free digital marketing course, head over to freebosslifestyle.com. Get access there. Be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment for me, and hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.